Okay, in the midst of madness, sometimes you got to grasp, concepts beyond the scope of just that or just this. Literally, what I wanted to emphasize in this segment, again, I've rekindled that flame, like I've suggested, literally on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, etc. Literally, podcasting. Oh my gosh, just the audio, broadcast, etc. As far as just words. No picture. Imagery is good. This is video podcasting, right? So another love of mine. Same token, so true. But what I want to emphasize, motivation. Get this done. I'm not sure if it's going to go to Facebook, YouTube, etc. But beyond the scope of just that, sometimes it's about consistency, focus. Again, I can't emphasize those principles enough. Got to get the job done. Obviously, never squander opportunity. I can't emphasize that enough. And obviously, sometimes, like a progressive mind that I've followed to Gregg Khanna has shared with me, literally, he shares a lot of his tips and trades. Because literally 99% of the population gets the information. Everybody, like for the most part, in many dominant, prominent societies, etc., get the information. At the same token, not everybody discerns it the same, right? So sometimes everybody gets the information, but it's about who runs with the information, right? So obviously, I know what I got to do as far as what you got to do, probably to a great extent, unless you haven't discerned the information correctly, or maybe it wasn't shared with you at an early enough stage. But it's never too late. Whether you're older than me, like you're a millennial yourself, 33, or even younger, 26 or etc. Obviously, I'm 27. If you're 16 right now, oh my gosh, you got everything going for you beyond the scope of just this and that. But obviously, like has been suggested, 99% of the people, this was his opinion, so I don't know if this is any statistical basis, etc., but it's so true that 99% of people get the same information but don't utilize it. So a lot of this stuff is about application, right? You can learn every business formula, philosophy, theory, economically, etc., but at the same token, if it can't be applied, and sometimes the most value, again, is in that of relationships, right? So like sometimes we all struggle with this. Everybody has different weaknesses and strengths. Literally, I just read an article literally about, blessings. Oh, this is a funny, admirable thing. Like blessings and curses, right? So sometimes, you have things you're good at. I've literally heard people suggest, fuck what you're bad at. Just focus on what you're good at, and just like triple up on whatever you have skills at. Right? At the same time, I don't think your weaknesses should be ignored to that great extent. Sometimes we do speak in what is it to the idea that literally it's like a little bit cooler to say fuck your weaknesses, just focus on what you're good at. That's really cool, but sometimes you gotta focus on what you're good at. Obviously, that's got value, but even beyond the scope of that, you totally you solely incrementally improve upon your weaknesses too. So, again, it's been elaborated. You turn your weaknesses into strengths, but again, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, etc. So, sometimes I think the best philosophy is just to focus on your strengths, make them even better, even sharper, turn them into money trees if you possibly could. And at the same token, realize that, your weaknesses incrementally will improve upon time if you get better at it. But obviously, there's so much resources out here. I'm not going to give any names directly, but I have plugged it in the past. Literally, there's $11 classes that can supplement your formal education. This is a process of like literally formally and informally learning, to the maximum extent, and also working the best relationships, etc. Right? So obviously there's $11 classes that can supplement your formal education if that's what you're up to, or your work, or etc. You can do in your spare time when you're not working. Obviously, like it's been advertised, so you'll probably be able to gauge which platform this is. But literally, the price of a like a triple steak Chipotle, so to speak, right? So $11 plus tax, and you can learn how to build a fucking application, etc. For shopping experiences, your own portfolio, for social media, etc. Sometimes it does take work, but sometimes, like it's been suggested by this progressive, 99% of people got the information. I just told you, like what's a really valuable tool for, especially the 16-year-old right now or younger. But even beyond the scope of that, 99% of people won't actually do what it takes. No one puts in the actual work, whether it be that 10,000 hours of training or etc., to actually get the fucking job done. So that's all for now. Obviously, I got to get to it. I'm late for a very important date. Let's just say that. And it was supposed to be last week, so literally, for what it's worth, better late than motherfucking never. All right, pleasure's all mine. Stay blessed.